Hello everyone, welcome to this channel once again. My name is Afriyie and today I'm teaching you layers in Adobe Photoshop. So let's dive into it and start now.
Hello guys, welcome back to the world of Photoshop. As I said earlier on, today I'm only going to talk about layers in Adobe Photoshop. So right here, you can see we have the layers right here. This is the layers panel. Before we continue, what are layers? So as we can see right here, let me bring this one right here so that we can all see. Yeah. Okay. Layers are a way of stacking different graphics, images, or adjustments on top of each other without affecting the pixels of the original images. The layers panel is divided up into 5 sections, which are search, and we also have the creative, customization, and we have the locks. This is the locks, and these are the actual layers, and we also have the 7 most used tools icons. So guys, this is the search bar. In the search bar, it gives you the option to search for a specific layer. So it's either by the name you give that layer or by type. The next one is the creative customization. The creative customization also have 2 parts, which is the creative mode and the opacity. So this is the opacity, the creative mode. So the opacity is at the right side and the creative mode is at the left side. So the creative mode includes 27 types of mode that can alter how your selected layers interact with the layers below it. So we can have a look at the creative mode. So this is how it looks like. They're all 27. So I like to call them creative mode, but they are better known as blending modes. And over here we have the opacity. This option allows you to increase or decrease the transparency of your layer. We also have the lock. So these options allows you to lock your layers for different purposes. So the first lock is the lock transparent pixels. This lock will allow you to edit the opaque areas of the layers, and you have to know that this lock can only be used on layers that have transparency. The next one is the lock image. Lock image. So these options allows you to alter the transparency of a layer. The third one is the lock position. It prevents the accidental movement of the layers. It prevents the accidental movement of the layers. And the next one is the prevent auto nesting. This only works when using the artboard features. This only works when using the artboard features. It prevents objects created outside of artboard from being nested with other objects with the artboard. Yeah, I know you're busy. If you are not familiar with artboard, it's a whole discussion outside of the layers. The last layer is the lock all attribute. So when you lock down the layer, you will not be able to do anything with that layer. To adjust a layer, you will need to turn this off before you can adjust it. So after the lock, we have the layers. So this section is where your Photoshop layers reside as you work. So there are some tips working with layers. So these things you see over here, the eye you see over here, they are the eye icon, and you can also double click to change a layer name like this. So I can decide to change the name to circle like this. And if you lock a layer, Let's take it for instance. If I lock this layer, so if I lock this layer, I can't move this layer. So this is the circle that I have locked. I can't move it. So Photoshop will give you a prompt that will not nudge the data because the layer is locked. So if I unlock it, you can also see that I can move the layer. I can now move the layer. So after the layers, we have the 7 tools, which is always located at the bottom of the Photoshop layers panel. So the first tool is the link layers. You select 2 or more layers, you can link them together. This will allow you to do a specific type of edit on all link layers. The next one is the layer style. We have 3 ways of accessing it. So it's either you click on this logo and you go to blending options. So this is the layer style. Okay. So over here, the layer that you have selected, you can click on it and blending option to still appears layer style, or the same layer that you have selected. You have to double click over here and it will also appear as layer style. So there are 3 main ways of accessing the layer style. The next one is the layer mask. So a layer mask allows you to hide parts of your images and then bring them back at any time. So this is a typical example of a layer mask. So this is a layer mask that I did over here. I just remove the background and I use layer mask. So this is a typical example of a layer mask. So I can remove some parts outside and then bring it later. So I can decide to do it like this. I'll bring it back. I can also hide it. So the next one is the fill or adjustment. It allows you to add a new fill layer or an adjustment layer. So if you click on it, here are the options that comes, and it is showing you how you can add a solid color to your image or to your shape. The next tool is the group layer. So after selecting 1 or more layers, you can click on this folder icon. So this is the folder icon, and you can group them together, or if you prefer keyboard shortcut. So on Mac is Command plus G, and on Windows is Control plus G. So the next tool is the new layer or layers. So you can just click on it to add a new layer to the layer panel. And remember, it's always transparency. It's always a transparent layer. So the last tool is the delete layer. So if you want to delete any layer on your layer panel, you just select a layer, or you can select more than 2 layers like this, and you just click on the trash icon, and Photoshop will give you a prompt that delete the selected layer. So if you want to delete, then you click on yes. So if not, then you click on no, like this. And there's different way. So you click and hold the layer and bring it to the trash icon like this, and it will delete it for you. So guys, after the sessions, we are now going to talk about the layers, the types of layers that we have. So without much ado, let's start from the background layer. If you create any worksheet, automatically you're going to get a background layer, and always the background layer is being locked. Why? Because it acts like the base of your entire work or canvas. The second one is the group layer. So this type of layer is used to organize your layers. When you have many layers, you can group them together into different categories based on the project. Make sure to rename them according to what that layer is being created for. The next one is the link layer. This type of layer is used to link 2 or more layers together so that you'll be able to apply and edit to all link layers at the same time. From the link layers, we move on to the adjustments layer. So this image shows the 3 different adjustment layers, which is the hue, brightness, and curve. So where can that be found, or where can we find them? So you just have to go to image, adjustment, and you can see brightness, curve, and saturation. And there are other adjustment layers over there. So we have the vibrance, exposure, and level 2 as well. The next layer is a fill layer. So this is the fill layer. This is the fill layer. So it's a simple layer that allows you to fill it with a solid color, gradient, or pattern. So you can double click here. This is the solid color. So you can double click over here, change the color. This is how to change the color. The next one is the vector layer. So this is the vector layer. These are the vector layer. The vector layer is a layer that contains vector images. Vector images are created using the shape tools, which include the rectangle tool, the ellipse tool. Vector images are resolution independent, meaning they can be scaled up and down without losing any quality. What you see over here is the text layer. The text layer is represented by letter C. Our next layer is the smart object layer. So the smart object layer is like an individual file within a layer. So when you double click over the layer like this, you open the file contained within. So this is the file, it is in the layer. Our next layer is the shape layer. So the shape layer is a layer that contains a vector shape. Vector shapes are created using the shape tool, which include the rectangle tool, round rectangle tool, and the ellipse tool. So guys, this is the last part, and what you see over here is the pixel layer. So the most common type of pixel layer are photos. Other type of pixel layers are graphics, rasterized type, filled layers with color, and any other type of layer that contains pixels. So the image over here, the pixel image. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe.